The Gambia is one of the 100 most vulnerable countries in the world. In fact, I think it's even closer to 10 or 20 in the world. We ratified the UNFCCC. We joined the UNFCCC in '94. We also ratified the Kyoto Protocol, 1997. We've also ratified the Doha Amendment to the Kyoto Protocol, which was, I think, last year. We also ratified the Paris Agreement last year. So the Gambia is definitely one of the, it's a small country, but it's one of the countries that lead the push for vulnerable countries, especially the LDCs, least developed country group, in the climate change negotiations and regime.
Mamuda is a village in the west coast region of the Gambia, and it is located between Jambanjeli and Banyaka. Mamuda is a community that consists of 600 households. These 600 households in Mamuda have no means of accessing electricity or energy, and that they don't have clean drinking water. Because of this lack of energy and water, clean water, both Mbolo and UNDP, United Nations Development Program, came into partnership to develop a multi-sectoral, multifunctional platform.
Since 2012, the installation of 8.3 kilowatts hybrid system at Fandema project, Mbolo Association flagship project at Tujerem Village, West Coast region, ignited the women's interest in renewable energy. 2 years later, Mbolo starts nurturing this interest with a pioneering 1-year hands-on solar installation training course for 14 women yearly, which is unique in West Africa. Firstly, it strengthens basic social and technical skills through individual integration itineraries to the most vulnerable group, young women. Secondly, design and install solutions focused on meeting the energy demand for the women, economical activities to suit the diversity environmental context within a country. For instance, a multicultural platform to provide household services to reduce women's workload in an off-grid community like Mamuda.
Most of the surrounding villages are coming to use the multifunctional platform. Before, they were traveling between 7 and 10 kilometers to go and get ice or cold water. Now, the surrounding villages are now gathering at Mamuda to get these services. So eventually, it is going to help Mamuda to be the center of attraction around from all the villages in this community.
Here in Mamuda project, the multifunctional platform, we give services to the community like electricity, food storage, ice block making, laundry machine, milling machine, access to tap water.
The MFP, multifunctional platform, I think it's a very good, not just a good idea, but a good intervention. Because I remember the first MFP was by UNDP with the Ministry of Energy, but it was not as advanced as the one in Mamuda, because the first one was only depending on diesel. But in this case, the installation is being done by the young, strong ladies from Fandema, and I think it has many benefits. I mean, first of all, it creates alternative livelihoods. People who did not have electricity before can now use electricity to do processing of food, to charge mobile phones, to have computer centers, to have washing, you know. Also, it has impact at the household level.
One of the impediments to empowerment is domestic labor, is housework. And really, solar energy has come to reduce laborious tasks and housework for women. I mean, with energy installations, it is possible to now have devices that can depend on solar power to work. And you can now talk about mechanizing those domestic areas. So it no longer becomes just the woman energy will no longer be needed as much as it used to. Which means that it frees up the time for women to engage in other more income generating tasks. That's one, that's an improvement of the quality of life there, as well as to engage in training and self-development.
This program is very closely aligned to the programs we have here in Gambia. Two of our program streams relate to inclusive growth, which seeks to alleviate poverty in the Gambia, but also sustainable environment and access to energy for all. So the wonderful thing about this project is that it's cross-sectorial. It's not only impacting poverty alleviation, but it's also integrating elements of environmental sustainability and access to energy for all within this platform. Very importantly also, it has a very targeted focus on women. As you can see here, if you go around, the technicians are all female, again building on previous projects of support we've provided to mainstreaming women into the sustainable energy industry sector.
This is an example that not only solar installation, but we look at other areas where you have predominantly male. When we start having role models, when we start having girls coming out being featured in these roles, then it will have a trickle-down effect. Little girls will look up to those girls and say, oh, we can be like them.
I'm very happy. I'm really, really happy about the project. And I know that all the installation that is done here is done by the girls. I know that what a man can do, a woman also can do. So we prove to the man that we can do the work you can do.
Coming here, looking at the girls, installing solar has changed the picture. And with more girls trained, the picture begins to change. And with the picture changing, the mindsets change. So when the mindsets change, it's society that is changing.
The multi-cluster platform project here in Mamuda, Mbolo Association have found an innovative way to break the cycle of energy poverty, mitigating climate change through the lens of gender equality.
Salimu siripo kana dolominde, Salimu siripo kana dolomi aidara, kabiri tuna polo polo siripu de dolomina siripula. Salimu siripo kana dolomiya, Salimu kana dolomi aidara Kabirin tuna polo polo